want to grow as a grower? Are you tired of being put to sleep by your educational growcasts? Are you tired of hearing about products you don't fucking want and can't afford? Are you tired of being told how you should grow? Hi, I'm Johnny Apple, and joining me is everyone's favorite amphibian, the Reverend Pirate Frog. Join us as we sift through the bullshit on the internet and try to get better as growers. This is Your Average Grow.
Hey, dude.
Hey, man, what the fuck is this shit you guys recording on my birthday without me?
Hey, man, we tried, but I think we all figured you got shot in Missouri.
I did.
By the way, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I know that after they'll be hearing this after they hear the circle. So you had to painfully sit through that as you edited our love for you.
Yeah, it was very touching, to say the least. I'm gonna add a little bit to that episode. I'll go ahead and tell you now because the cat's out of the bag for everyone else. I'm gonna send a pack of seeds because I'm feeling happy after you guys wish that happy birthday to me. So I'm gonna have somebody reach out to me and I'll send them a pack of seeds.
Oh hell yeah! Just how are you gonna
I'm gonna
pick
have them say something
okay,
a
I get
text
you.
message form. And whatever that text message form is, as long as it's exactly what I say to say, which is going to be fuck you, howling apples rule. As long as whoever texts that to me, I'll send them a pack of seeds.
Oh, hell yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, that's super cool. I'm excited about hearing this first time. But how the fuck did we miss you? You, I believe, said I'm going west. Hopefully you see you soon, Rev. And then this is the first time hearing you. How was it, dude?
It was pretty good. I'll tell you, it was a little bit different traveling, especially traveling through like prohibition states, Ohio, Pennsylvania. I think Indiana might only be legal medically.
Okay.
But I know I'm pretty sure like Illinois and Missouri are legal recreational.
Okay.
So I packed my bags, I packed my box of stuff, and I was going to travel, for my own. I'm not trying to spread fucking state lines. Don't anybody, but I'm going from one legal state to another in my own vehicle with my own stash. And I forgot it as I walked out the door.
That was a alarming message I received. I felt so bad. It was like, fuck,
yeah, I thought Howling and Stony being in that central state area, they would come through. They would be like, "Hey, man, just meet me on I-70. I got you."
No, you know what I would have done is I would have said, had it happened in any state on the the true western side of the United States, I would have been like, "I'll be there as soon as I can." But that's just the kind of guy I am,
Yeah, you were still like 2.5 days away.
I know. I got in the truck and you were like, dude, you're wasting your time. And I was like, damn.
You're never gonna make it.
You're never gonna make it. Yeah. But so you were able to get through it by the grace of Frog, or did you finally get to Missouri and for the first time ever someone was excited to arrive in Missouri?
Well, I'm not going to say exactly where I was in Missouri because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, because I will tell you this. I get there and my buddy says to me, I didn't know where to get anything. I was like, all right, I got to find like a dispensary or something tomorrow. I know it's legal here in Missouri. And his daughter goes, well, they sell that down at the mini mart.
Oh, jeez.
Really? So I go down to the local mini mart and sure as shit, they had some pre-rolls behind the counter. Jelly Rancher.
That's hilarious.
It's Jelly Rancher too. I was so excited because that's the parent of
the Hella Jelly. That's super cool.
But it did not taste anything. It would taste
I can imagine.
Pre-rolled dry dispo shit. Probably came from California 6 years ago. Who knows?
I was gonna say, or when did Missouri legalize? Because it was probably bought that day.
I think just recently, like within the last year.
Yeah. Well, good.
Now that being said, after I grabbed those pre-rolls, I was looking and they had some gummies behind the counter. So I was like, oh, I'll take some of those edibles too. And I get going down the road and they weren't just THC edibles. Those were mushroom edibles.
Yeah,
So
it was a strange picture I received. It was
it had like Jessica Rabbit on the
yeah,
cover.
not marketed to children at all in any way.
No, definitely not. So, anyways, I took those things and ate them and got them right the hell out of there for the safety of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
First time ever doing mushrooms. I didn't go trippy. I didn't get all hallucinogenic. Like the psilocybin in there, I think was very low.
Yeah, I think it was a very low dose.
I had 2 pieces, waited a few hours, had 2 more, and it was done. I was like,
Look at you being a
this was fun.
responsible drug user.
Well, there's a lot of talk going around about the benefits to psilocybin and LSD and cannabis, and there's medical properties to all these things.
There is,
so like I want to
I was going to say we started this podcast talking about one of the best side effects and medical side effects, in my opinion, of mushrooms, and that's always ego death.
Yeah, man, that is huge.
But there's also, I mean, anyone treating it, not to get off on tangents that I'm wholly unqualified to get on, but just to help anybody with like PTSD or depression, if it's natural, I feel like it's such a better way to experiment with. It's, like I'm all down for experimenting in nature by yourself, but I just want to say if some people are more accustomed or like more comfortable doing it in a therapy office, feel free. I think more people should explore it.
I mean, there's definitely there was something on Netflix, and I tried telling my grandmother about this lately.
Mm-hmm.
We just lost Grandpa.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to talk to my grandma, who she's approaching 90. Mm-hmm. So she's been through the Prohibition area. I mean, she was young when they outlawed all this stuff in the 60s. You know what I mean? Like relatively young. So I was just trying to like open her mind, and there's something on Netflix where old ladies are coming to terms with their own
mortality.
Exactly. And like the fact that they've lost a loved one or they've lost their husband or wife, et cetera, et cetera. And like these are respectable people, even like cancer patients, just coming to terms with it all. And they just leave there feeling so relieved. You can see it. This isn't like just for TV. You can see it in their faces. So I was just trying to explain to Grandma, like there's other stuff out there than just getting pumped full of fucking shit that the doctor tells you.
Yeah, it's having gone through like my grandmother, one of like the most important people in the world to me. I named my company after her, of course, but she, towards the end of her life, like her entire life, unfortunately, she was always just taking what the doctor gave her. And by the end of her life, like the end of life care and stuff, and then hospice, it was just like you see the direct correlation from basically what she was doing. And she's just not healthy. The body doesn't run that way. But of course, I wish that it was like just so not ingrained in our society. But it's hard because you can't get upset at them because they were told it was the devil by the federal government forever. Mm-hmm. Like those in that time, that's who they believed. It's kind of hard to take and realize that everything about society that you were told and helped shape was based on bullshit by some power hungry person. Like that's hard. You've been ingrained at this point, right?
It really is, man.
And that's what's also so incredible is when they do finally try it. If you're so lucky, like unfortunately with my family, it's other than my immediate family and stuff, it's not. There's also religion involved there, but to not take it off on too far of a tangent again, like it's also such a benefit when they do have that experience and they realize, oh, it's not the boogeyman. Like, well, even if it's something as small as CBD. And then building into maybe they take small low dose edibles. It's a phenomenal experience for them because it opens their mind for multiple reasons, right? Like sometimes it might not be, they can't take it. Like the government didn't lie, but more information has never been bad.
What I've been doing, sorry, I moved away from my mic.
Oh no, it's not good.
What I've been doing is just being myself around everybody. Even when I was in Missouri, I was in the smallest town, man, around a bunch of fucking cattle ranchers and shit. No joke. And I went to the local bar and I was smoking weed at the local bar.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like nobody else was. Everyone else is still, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but like weird around it still. But I'm trying my best just to break that stigma. I even told my grandma, I was like, yeah, so I went there and I got my medicine from the local convenience store and ended up getting some mushroom gummies. So turns out I did mushrooms. Like,
Yeah,
just to show her, like, look, I'm okay. I'm
there
like,
is
I'm not a druggie. I'm
exactly.
not what the government is making these things out to be. I'm stoned and successful.
Exactly. And you're still not, you still haven't lost your mind and become a dope fiend, right? You you don't listen to jazz all nights
Reefer
and all hours.
madness.
Yeah, fuck you. You fuck it. Yeah. Anywho, Hearst needs to, I hope Hearst is in hell. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to saying about like to break the stigma, right? I sound very hypocritical here and I hate it because I do look very much like a stoner. So like it's like break the stigma, but I look identical. But you know, like Cheech and Chong always said that they stayed in shape because they didn't want to like keep going with the stigma that stoners were lazy and stuff. And there's something to be said that if the more you trust someone and you go, oh yeah, it's totally fine. Like it's fine that he smokes a joint, that he's super respect. Like when I go and smoke in public, I always am really respectful and kind of realize like you don't want to just walk up on people and be that asshole stoner, you know?
Yeah, exactly. No, I moved away in case somebody didn't like the smell of it or whatever else. Like, you don't even see people doing that with cigarettes, man.
No,
They'll sit there right there and they'll smoke right in your face
it's
and
more
shit. It's like,
socially acceptable, as weird as that is. And I used to smoke, so you know, I can say it. It's fucking terrible. Like, but if you think about it too, like drinking's also a strange thing to be socially acceptable. But it's
it is.
the best thing that we can do is just be who we are. And if you're a decent person, they hopefully will stop equating something as being the worst thing for society with, oh, that person's super relaxed and, you know, always seems to have their head on their shoulders. Like maybe there is something to it as a medication.
Well, that's what I try to say too. Like, not only does it just relax, I enjoy spending time with my kids.
Yeah,
More
it
when
makes
I'm
you a
stoned.
better father. And some people are like, oh, that's a horrible thing to say. It's like, no, if it makes you a better person, like I need it for medical reasons, you know, all my anxiety and all the issues that I have, but it also just fundamentally makes everybody a little bit of a better person sometimes. Like some people, you know, dependent. I don't want to generalize too much, but if it makes being outside better and thus making you happier, you're going to be a better person to be around.
Yep. You shouldn't be stoned around your kids. What are you talking about? You know how many fucking videos I've seen over the past 20 years of somebody sending their kid to the fridge to get him a beer?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's so hypocritical of so many people, but
yeah,
it's you can bash your head against the wall, and you know there's two options. You can play into it like some people play into it, you know, for whatever financial reward or something, I guess, or you can just be the good person and continue to like not hide it, like you said, be open, you know.
Dude, that's what most of this trip fucking, I don't know if I just heard you ringing in my ears the entire time, but the last fucking
I told you I'd stop
me,
calling you when you were told me you were safe. You never told me you were safe.
No, just it's literally, I keep repeating this: mind your own business and go with Frog.
Yeah, dude,
don't be a dick. Mind your own business and go with Frog. Like literally, that's all it is, man.
Do you know
if somebody's doing something you don't like, fucking walk away. It's none of your fucking business.
Do you know why hurting anyone. Yeah, exactly. Do you know why those words are so important to me? Because it's so fucking easy to do. It really is so fucking easy to do. It's some of the easiest things to do to not like. We all want to avoid being a hypocrite, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you do those things, you can very easily avoid being a hypocrite.
Exactly. Yep.
It's also
tough.
just
I mean, I'm not perfect
well.
at it either.
Yeah.
I sometimes get irritated, like somebody cut me off on the road or shit. It's just like, dude.
Yeah, dude. I have terrible road rage sometimes, and it's terrible because I need to realize, one, where the fuck am I going in a hurry? I'm my own boss. And two, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
we're all human. We all make mistakes. It's just overall, we all just got to be better.
The reason road rage happens is because you're already in a heightened state of like fucking alertness, awareness, just everything. Hyper fucking awareness and alertness will cause you to fucking spiral if somebody jets in front of you and it's like, fuck, fucking ass. What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
I
aren't you
get
taking
it.
it as seriously as me? Yeah.
But
It
then
is.
realize that that's what's going on and take a fucking breath
Yeah.
and chill.
Yeah.
When you get to where you're going, you're going to get high. You're going to fucking, it'll be all right.
There's a reason that you're never supposed to make important decisions angry. And it's not just because it's like, oh, it's somewhat better to make it when no, it's always better to make it with a clear head.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely.
Anywho, I don't think anyone else wants us preaching at them anymore. So,
yeah, you got to tell me about your garden, man. I missed out.
I know I haven't talked about it. I've been so busy, and I'm currently, I forgot to mention, one-handed because I was trying to change an insert that the screw got stripped, and I was wrenching on it, and it moved, and I stabbed and tore down into my thumb. So I don't
The
have
machine
skin.
moved or the bolt like it freed up and like
No, it was with my hand. I had a wrench in one hand, like a screwdriver, right? With a certain pattern on the end, like to match the screw that had been stripped. And I was getting it in there with full force to try and break it free. The thing rotated because of course it did. It's a fucking round piece. I'm a dumbass. And I stabbed my thumb because again, I always stab towards yourself. I think they teach you that in day one. And so I fucked my thumb up pretty bad. So my poor Megan had to help me grind weed last night. I was that incompetent.
Oh man.
Yeah, but anyhow, I'm doing all this one-handed. So let's go into the positive of my garden, dude. In my Alebrije tent right now, which is got Juicy Queen, Bubblegum Queen, and Juicy Axoloro. Fuck my Stay Beach. Is going off, dude. She's a beautiful plant. I'm really enjoying her structure. And then behind her in various solo cups are Star Fox Stomper and then Star Fox from Merge. I had some issues planting them, and then I was planting some for my Uncle Wayne at the shop, and then he didn't want to fit one, so I brought one home. So a lot of fun there. And then in the planters is Odinson, haha, because he's nuts. Anyhow.
And the planters in your earth boxes?
No, in the planter's nut container.
Oh yeah.
That's
along with the solo cups. I was gonna say
I
thought you had it Odinson's in the
and the Odinson, and that fucking thing is beautiful. He does good work, but she's beautiful. I
bet Y.A.G likes having nuts under his plants instead of in his mouth for a change.
For the first time.
Yeah.
He did say something about this isn't funny. This is striking my PTSD every time I send him a picture, but I don't read very well. I never finished college after all. The other
slow down. So that Juicy Queen is what now?
It's Bubblegum Queen, one of your favorites.
Cross with Juicy Queen
by Juicy. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm tracking.
Yeah.
And she's in the earth box. That's in your
that's in this, which is the second inspired by you, like we talked about the second run in that earth box now.
Fuck yes. Yes.
And she looks better than the first run of any plant that I've had so far in that tent. So
amazing. So how did you do it though? Did you go right into it? Did you
no
take like solo cups of fresh soil?
No. So I removed the stock and the like twisted and pulled, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I threw down some mustard seed, and I basically let it sit for a week on all three of the earth boxes, mustard seed meal and some bokashi, and basically covered it and let the fungus go to work, right?
Yeah, how big was that fucking mycelium?
Oh, it was amazing. I took some pictures. I think I posted them, but that was a couple of weeks ago. And then the next week I added craft blend and some other stuff and some more worms. And I got them back into the tent, did the 48 hours, fully saturate them and wait 48 hours to get everything up and rolling. And they look better. I mean, that Juicy Queen looks better seriously than most plants I've ever grown.
Nice, man.
Yeah. And it's really, it's getting to the point where I think I'm on to like day 13, 14 ish. It's hard to tell. I've been working so much. I don't remember what day, They bleed into each other.
That was going to be my next question. I'm glad I didn't ask it.
Yeah, so they're in like they're 13, 14. Anywho, it's getting to the point where I'm thinking about going down the res, filling the res on her. And then in my other tent, I have the Mandela Effect, which is Fugue State by Mango Isle, by
That's
Night Owl.
No,
that's not Night Owl. Yeah. The Mephisto is Hubba Bubba Haze that G3 sent me, which is also in that tent. And I think the Hubba Bubba Haze is 3 to 4 days behind everything else, and I think, or behind Juicy Queen, and I think the Mandela Effect is like a day behind. So I'm kind of, like they didn't all pop at the same time, obviously, and
right.
But it's kind of all in that area. It's going really well. I'm liking it.
So wait a minute. So you've got 3 different
hazes, yeah.
Wow, nice, dude.
Nice. I know.
Also, you have 3 names you mentioned, and I feel like we should address the fact that you have 3 names in your tent from breeders that we're going to use to judge this grow together we got going on with the haze.
Oh shit, I do, don't I? I am.
Oh no,
the United
GP's
Nations.
Not a breeder. She just gifted you the seeds.
G3 did. G3 gave me the seed that has turned into this beautiful Hubba Bubba haze. But yes, you bring up a good point. We forgot to mention, or maybe we have teased. I know we teased it a little bit, but we're getting into the haze now. I think by the time you hear this, you should be planted, unless you can come up with some story that convinces Johnny and I otherwise to let you in.
It'll be easy.
I was going to say,
and he likes to piss the wolf off.
I was going to say, I'm probably one of the most empathetic people to my temperament. That
also, we're so fucking busy. I just got it in today.
I know.
Happens to be the day we're talking about,
and I
just popped my seeds.
Yeah.
I soaked them last night just to get them in. I was like, but also yesterday was exactly my birthday.
Yeah,
so
yesterday was your birthday.
Soaking
Happy birthday
on my
again.
birthday, planting the day of. Thank you again. But that was the whole goal, is that hopefully we got some good fucking juju, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not going to let you out of talking about those that you planted, because that's going to be a whole conversation I'm excited about. I have the fucking thing pulled up on my phone. Anyhow, we were going to mention the haze. Yeah, so you should have planted your fucking seeds. God damn it. Do it for Howling's sake. Howling has a lot of cool shit planned, and I mean, if we mess with him a little bit, that's fun, but we don't want to ruin his life. Well, it might be fun too. Anyhow,
wait a minute.
I know we're too evil. Anyhow, what we were gonna say is we're gonna announce the host, because we're gonna have 3 hosts, and as you so alluded to in such a genius way, and I've fucking ruined with this talk, is on the United Nations. I've got G3, who gifted me Hubba Bubba Haze, and then I have Merch, who. We all love Merch. We all love G3. And BGG, who I have his Odinsons. Those are our judges for the Haze competition. So they're each going to be joining us. I know BGG is really soon, and the other 2 are just finding out about it. So we just got to figure it. I know they're members of the judges, but we're going to have to get them back on.
That's outstanding.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good time. Especially because it seems like the only grow along I managed to go all the way through was the Tangy Tibaguana. And then we did I'm still in the fucking Mango Smile grow along. Like everybody
That's
forgot.
True. Everybody forgot.
Johnny. Like fuck it, whatever. That's what rules are for, huh? I guess.
I know.
Exactly. And then I ended up chopping my fucking double smile and never took any pictures. Yeah, I'm done with that thing. So,
well, I mean, if only there was someone that we could blame for not taking pictures of that plant. Probably G3.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. She's gonna judge. As with Merch, when he's super busy right now, living the pirate life and on his islands, jumping island to island, creating beautiful gardens and bailing. I kid you not. What I said was true too.
Uh-huh.
But
that's fantastic.
All right, enough of my rambling, my dear friend. I need to hear about first. Do you want to start indoor or outdoor? I'll give you that option.
Oh shit. Man, I
For
don't
your
even care
birthday.
what
That's your gift. You get to pick which one you talk about first.
Hold on, my throat. Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna choke on it. Don't worry.
I'm gonna do that thing where I die on camera.
Yeah. He's just trying to buy time. It's the oldest trick in the book. We got you.
No worries.
Yeah. No, it's a great recovery though. Solid.
Well, let's start inside because we've already
go.
started talking about
Oh yeah, I want to finish. I want to finish on that. Are you doing the Haze for Days indoors?
Yes.
Okay, we'll start there, baby.
Yeah. So, yesterday I soaked the Haze for Days that were gifted to me from Stir Fry. And him and I had a conversation. He asked me what I was doing. I said, "Oh man, I'm getting ready to pop some seeds for my haze grow together." He's like, "Dude, try those the Haze for Days." I said, "Okay, you know what? I am, because I was gonna do the original haze from Todd McCormick, but here's the thing: I don't care what your name is. If you're that popular and you're selling skunk and 5 plants grew and none of them had skunk terps, there's something wrong. Yeah. Don't call it skunk. Like, there's something wrong, man. I don't care what I did wrong, what I did right. If there's not a one of those 5 that didn't have skunk terps, something ain't right here. You bred for something differently. I don't know what happened. So when Stir Fry was like, "Yeah, plant the haze for days," I was like, I was gonna plant those original haze, but you know what? You're fucking right, man. We just gave McCormick a chance with the skunk. Why would I try the original haze from him? It's like, nah, let's move on. You had your shot. I wasn't pleased, neither was Dad, so we're moving on.
Yeah, I mean, at least you got to put time between it, right? Get that bitterness out of your mouth.
I don't know. I'm not trying to badmouth anybody, but here's like, dude, it's
you
skunk.
wanted one thing and you didn't
number
get
one,
it.
and this is supposed to be the skunk number one.
Well, and you grew it for one reason, and that was your dad saying, "I want some real fucking skunk."
Yeah, exactly. So it was whatever. So
so Haze for Days. It's
original haze crossed with original haze.
Yeah,
both have 3s. So
it's really, really cool. I just wanted to point this out: 15 to 20 foot in 60-gallon pots. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah, of course. But that's the one thing I do feel bad for you was the
what I noticed was
the flowering time.
Well, there's 2 things. The flowering time says like 90 something to 140.
Yeah, 98 to 140.
And then stretches 300 to 400% indoors.
Yeah. I that one caught my eye too. The 300 to 400% stretch indoors. I don't know. That's gonna be.
I have no idea. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to really pay attention to these, and I'm gonna throw everything I got at them. I'm gonna fucking, I don't know, go to town. Stir Fry recommended something. I forget exactly what he said, but he's like, let them fucking have their wings. I think he said something like scrog them out or this, that, and I was just like, oh man. And then I seen 300 to 400%, and my whole game plan just changed. I was like, all right.
We got to get him back when you start growing. Yeah, we got to get him back when you start growing. Talk to him about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's a good dude. But yeah, I'm excited for these, dude.
So they're 5 regular seeds. I got 5 left because we got the DNA results back from the blueberries. Have we talked about that on the podcast?
Oh, I don't think we have.
So we got the DNA results back. From Farmer Freeman. Of the 5 tests we sent, we had 1 female and 1 I'll let you know later, and 3 males.
It's Friday, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this one is throwing us a curveball. Let us look again. Turns out that one that was throwing the curveball was the one that I ripped the helmet off and like popped the fucking cotyledons, like ripped the like it had nothing. I popped its whole head off, and I just left it because it stayed there standing up. I said, huh. And then I fucking came back to a few days. Yeah, so that miracle of nature is a female.
That's so crazy. That's so cool.
So I left on my trip. It was kind of a hasty trip, but I had plants and solo cups and like plans, and it was like, okay, this trip needs to happen now or it's not going to happen. And
tough when you got to run from the law.
Exactly. Like I got to go, man. The
Go
fucking
now.
5-0s on the loose. So, I had to plant in solo cups, and I didn't have the answers, so I only had one female. So over at Dad's, we have 2 sauce females running. We have one of the blueberries, joint custody blueberries that Mac had sent me. So, and then Godfather OG and a banana milk.
Okay.
So he's got 3 in the 4x4, and then he's got 2 in the 2x4. The 2 in the 2x4 are both sauce, Fem autos, and then I ran because I had started some
photos.
Exactly. Yeah, photos. Did I say autos?
Yeah, I was like, there ain't no way, but yeah,
I'm so used to saying that now.
No, he just he hooked you up with the sauce.
Yeah, the sauce, the Fem photos. Yeah, man, I'm digging that hardcore. They look beautiful. They're doing really good. Dude, I've got Dad staying on top of like his environmentals. I feel like that's the struggle we have going on. So he's really been on it, and I just checked in on him after getting back from the trip, and they look really good.
Hell yeah,
really, really good. So I'm super happy. That blueberry looks lighter green than the other 2. It might be a bit deficient in something. Oh, well, the only thing deficient in that soil is the fuck, I forgot what it was, the phosphorus. I gotta amend that anyways. I didn't start any cover crop in that soil. I went just after getting the test results back, I went just right into it, and I'm just gonna keep a nice mulch layer and keep it wet. So both of them, I'm not running cover crop in. I'm gonna top dress just before going into flower. Give them a good top dressing, and I got to get my worm bin going, and I got to sift through my castings.
Yeah,
I've just been so busy, and I don't eat that much. Good enough food to put in the worm bin. It's all McDonald's half the time.
Oh, we gotta stop that. But yes, you got to get your worm bin in order. We've got plans, but.
Oh, I'm stopping it, man. This trip has been like an eye opener. Like I need to get away from the candy and the soda and get back to meat and potatoes.
I mean, I would go more just everything in moderation. I don't know if going from sugar to just fucking meat and potatoes.
Oh, I could, dude. I could,
but
you are staring at a bag of twin snakes right now. Going,
dude, you could eat fucking 100 cheeseburgers a day and not gain a pound, you skinny motherfucker. So.
Yeah, that tends to happen. Well, I stay active though.
Yeah, you do. You have tough work too.
My last career, that didn't sort of happen. I got fat and comfortable for a little while. I've lost fucking 30 pounds since fucking starting my own shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Worrying will do it. No, I've lost a shit ton of weight too.
Yeah, man.
Actually, I've stayed the same. Sadly, I just fluctuate. That's right on, dude. So that's your haze for days. We got sidetracked there. So how many did he drop?
So all the solo cups, I had those all started here. So I started those at Dad's. I got those planted before I left, and I got back to check on them. They're looking great. But then there was some extra ones left over. So I took those, and I have 1 sauce, 1 banana milk, and 2 G-Fogs. Maybe 2 banana milks and 1 G-Fog.
Okay.
And I put there's 4 of them in earth boxes in my 2x4.
I saw you sent me a picture and you refused to tell me what it was.
Yeah, so I was excited. I was like,
time.
Man,
what
I was
excited
to see they were good. So they're Fem photos. I've got 1 sauce in there. I think 2 banana milks and 1 G-Fog, or 1 G-Fog and 2 banana milks, whatever. I had a 5-pack of each of those left, and I had to start some seeds that were Fems for someone else, and I didn't have the sauce seeds at the time. So I started the seeds for a buddy of mine, and I was like, screw it, man. I've got these packs here. I want to see if I can't find my winner again. Something similar anyway.
You started popping seeds, and you went, man, this is fun. I'm going to keep popping them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I had way more than I know what to do with. And I was trying to leave and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I came up with the bright idea of putting 2 in each earth box. And I think I'm going to get ready to flip them here pretty shortly.
Hell yes. That is so fucking, I'm so excited.
That's going to be fun.
That's so perfect. That's 2 in the 2x4 too. Fucking love it.
Yeah, there's going to be, so there's
4
2
fucking plants
earth
in there.
boxes and 4 plants. That's why they're getting flipped here pretty shortly, I'm thinking.
Are you going to scrog it?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I might have to try and put the first layer of scrog up and let them at least get up to there through some training and then flip them.
It is nice that it's at least it's 4 photos in there, so you can train them to be, although you're flipping quick, so it's going to be cool.
Well, that's what I don't know. I'm thinking I got to flip quick. That way I just don't run out of earth box and time and blah, blah, blah. And they're small. And if I flip them quick, they'll be manageable the entire time.
Some good shit too.
It's not going to be one of those like, oh crap, they're starting to get deficient. I need to top dress. So that's why I'm thinking like a quick flip. I'm thinking maybe another week, maybe 2.
Well, we were talking about quick flips a couple of episodes ago because I was talking to my uncle about it too, just because I think I want to do a run at the shop where just plant and flip, just do a couple like that.
Start under 12. Yeah.
Just for just no fucks, but we'll see. Anyhow, I'm excited about you.
That's a good idea. You know what? That is a good idea. They're a little small. Like they've been in there a weit's Let's flip them. I just turned the lights up. Fuck it. Let's flip them.
See what happens.
What's the worst that can happen?
We know what's going to happen. It's just that I think that'll be pretty cool. I still think you'll get the medicine quicker, right? Obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a great idea too, because I did just chop.
Oh,
all
perfect.
Of the hella jellies.
Oh, how'd they end up looking?
Oh my God, man. Oh, how did they look? They looked great. They barely had any fade, which was fine. They started to fade a little bit. The trichome said they were done, and I listened. And they looked done. They started getting that limp leaf look, and but who cares how they looked? Oh my God, dude. They are loud.
Really?
They are loud.
What are you getting?
My number 3, the one that I've chosen, that I've been watching, the one that I've been watching this entire time, I kid you not, smells like the fresh slice of a Red Delicious apple.
Really?
Not even kidding. There is no funk. Wow. It literally smells like you just cut into a Red Delicious and you're like, oh yeah, that smells like that Red Delicious, that disgusting apple.
Yeah, that gross ass apple. But still, that's amazing.
I had Dad over here. I said, Dad, I'm going to say one thing. Red Delicious. And he smelled it and he goes, this is one time I will fucking agree with you.
Wow.
He's like, every other time you say something, I do not agree with you at all. That smells like a fresh apple. And he went and got my stepmom and fucking brought her in. And it was like, she's like, yeah, that does smell good. It was like, wow. Yeah, man. The other ones have a very similar apple smell to them, but there's a funk behind them. There's a gas hint on one of them. There's a fucking baby vomit apple on another.
A 3 the though other has that pure apple.
Are like really piney appley. But that number 3 is the only one that doesn't have any funk. As of right now, I mean, it could change. She could develop that funk in cure. But they're hanging pretty, and I cannot wait for
do it. Yeah.
Report.
Hell yeah.
Because I have 3 of them that I have in my possession that I successfully cloned from monster cropping. 2 of them are outdoors still. I didn't know what the weather was going to do, so I brought my number 3 inside. And I have her re-vegging now. She's successfully rooted, and she's healthy and looking good. But the 2 that are outside, It didn't matter what happened in the weather. They are actually re-vegging. You can already see the new growth starting. Yeah,
so
man. So that's pretty cool.
You've got a cut of that pure red delicious.
I do have a cut.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know somebody's gonna want that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, I don't know why, but somebody's gonna want that. No, it's great stuff. Red delicious is so mealy. But yeah, exactly. I'm super excited.
Yep. So am I. And I hope that translates into the smoke report too. Now, so back to Joint's blueberry that I ripped the head off.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to do with it, so I stuck her in my pepper tent. And when I left, I had my dad watering, and I said, this thing barely ever gets any water. Just look in. If the soil looks dry, give it some water. He watered it with the hose one time. And I came back and they were dry. She wasn't looking good. So I put the humidifier in there now. And I'm starting to water and get this lady back to health, knowing now, because I did get the results back, knowing now that she's a female, I'm going to get her healthy again. So
what a sexist pig. Only helping out now that you know it's a chick. No, of course, dude.
Well, that's awesome. I got the 3 males. We might as well transition to the outdoors now because I stuck the 3 males in solo cups. I said, who cares what it does outside? Let's see what these guys do. And they lived.
Are you going to keep them?
To cut holes in the bottom of the solo cups, so they got a little overwatered. They weren't looking the greatest, but now that I cut holes in the bottom of the cup, so every time it rains, it can actually leach out. They're starting to stretch again, and it's like, oh, cool, man.
Are you gonna?
Maybe I'll put one somewhere.
I was gonna say, you thinking about that? The only issue there is, and if you fucking accidentally seed out your neighbors outdoors, they can legally shoot you.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of not doing it around me, like bringing it to my buddy's house where I know nobody's really growing out outdoors, and just like checking in daily, collecting a little piling, and then checking.
Hell yeah, you might as well. You got 3 of them.
Yep. So you hear that? If you live around me, there's pollen in the air, motherfuckers.
He hates you. That's how you start family feuds, dude.
It's
gonna be the future Hatfield versus McCoy. It's gonna be 2 stoner families. Like, you seeded me out, motherfucker. Yeah. Instead of fighting over a pig.
I don't think I'll keep them outside. I think I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but it's hard.
It's nice to have options.
Hard to kill a plant.
It is. It's
hard to kill. But so the peppers are looking good, anyways. The peppers look good inside of that plant or inside of that tent, and then the blueberry mom looks good. The 3 blueberry males, I got them outside. I wasn't kidding about that. They are outside now, but they like I said, all the other stuff was true. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with them, and it's hard. Even males, it's hard.
Yeah,
I'll probably kill them here soon.
Well, you could just
that lettuce bed, man.
I was gonna say, let's talk about that.
And I had a salad out of it already.
Ooh.
Yep. My dad and mom came and they got a salad out of it too. So that was fantastic.
When you were eating that salad, did your body rejoice that it wasn't McDonald's?
Oh man, it didn't know what to do because I put Hungarian peppers in there and then I put some scallions. Yeah, it was fantastic. My
scallions is just fancy green onion, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So because I had planted those outside, so I just pulled those up and was like, "Oh yeah, these can go in with that lettuce. I want to make myself a salad." And then I went into the pantry and grabbed a jar of my aunt's Hungarian pickled peppers.
Pickled peppers, baby. Are you doing any pickling this year?
Yes, sir. I will be.
Yeah. Sorry, I just get excited because I hate them, but you fucking make so many.
Speaking of, while I was in Missouri, they have a thing called pickle shots. It's
is it a pickleback whiskey?
Nope, it's dill pickle vodka. It's like 30 proof. It literally tastes like you're drinking pickle juice.
God, man, I've drank
you don't even take the liquor
nasty
in it.
Shit in my life.
I mean, I like pickle juice, so it wasn't terrible, but I could sip on it at best.
I always hated when people would order like picklebacks and shit. Nah, thanks, but I've drank a lot of nasty shit in my life, but pickled vodka probably would have been the worst. I fucking despise pickles.
But anyways, none of my pickle plants that I started from seed this year came up, like we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So my bed produced my own from last year because I have a no-till garden system, and I just toppled my bed in. I chopped everything down and cover crop my bed and composted it, yada yada. And I have last year's seeds coming up through, so I have no idea what these things are going to be. Hopefully they're going to be pickling cucumbers, because that's what I had, but I don't know if they were heirloom pickling things, so we'll see when they come up. But I've already got one starting to trellis up the one side. I've pretty much got that one side ready to fill its old self in, and then I've got another one that's getting lengthy so that I can get it over to the other side and let them grow up the entire trellis arch that I have there. But that's pretty that's pretty exciting, because none of those took, but all the tomatoes did, and the tomatoes are looking great. I've already got a tomato starting on one. I didn't take a picture of that yet.
I was gonna say, I've got a group of us. I think the group's up to 10 now, where we're assembling to force you to start posting pictures, because I'm missing out, dude.
Yeah, I don't have time. I'm just getting back too, so I'm just trying to get the garden back in order. Like I trimmed the day I left those tomatoes. I had so much work to do when I got back to get them back on track. It was incredible. I spent 2 hours trimming them back and getting them to train back up those the strings.
That's so cool. I'm excited to see. Hard work pays off, though, especially in that lettuce bed, because it was just from the beginning to the end, that picture, that was just a rad process.
It is super awesome. I got it mulched now. It's looking really good. So I can't wait. I gotta get some good I think it's some craft blend and some worm castings on top of that bed too here pretty soon.
Hell yeah, dude. It's awesome, man. I love this time of year when in your garden. It really makes it seem like one of us knows what we're doing. We based the entire year off this one season.
How's your sunflowers?
Dude, finally, I've got at least 7 pots with seedlings now. My war with the squirrels, the rats, fucking birds, everything has finally, and like where I am in Southern California, right, in Orange County, like we've had a really weird summer, like start to this summer.
Yeah.
This is the first time it's really gotten over like 75. And it's fucking July 11th.
Wow, that is weird.
Yeah.
Dude. We've had hotter temps than that.
Yeah, and we've had a very wet winter. And we're on forecast to have another one, like we're also now gonna have, unfortunately, a really shitty fucking fire season, because we're going from basically being somewhat overcast, like everything's been dying back, but like cool. So it's like, fuck yeah, heat wave this week. And by the way, we don't have the power really to deal with it. But it'll be fun, future stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of fucked with the whole out of my patio growing, right?
Yeah.
And also my war with every fucking living creature in the entire city that I live. And Captain's useless, like I said. Anyhow. But they're finally got seedlings, and they're coming up, dude. And it's really nice, because it doesn't look so shit on my patio.
Right.
And then my uncle is married to a woman from Thailand, right? And she gave me some like herb bowls that she made and planted out and stuff, and all these like Thai basil and all this stuff. And so I have that. Yeah, it looks great on my patio right now. And I didn't grow it, but it sure fucking makes me look good. So I thank
yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The only herb I have in my garden right now is some spearmint, dude. And this thing got 6 foot tall. When I came back, there was a heavy enough rain. It knocked it all down, and it is spreading like crazy. Like it all just dropped, and it's starting to root everywhere. It's like,
do you do anything with
trim
it?
This up because, so like, have you ever had a toothache?
Yeah, all the time.
I've had one like recently, and I peeled a leaf of it off and started chewing on it, and the toothache kind of went away.
Oh, right.
I was like, oh, that was kind of cool. Like I had a little sensitivity. I must have like chipped one or something like that, and it went right away. And then it's really good to make like a spearmint tea with.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna have a lot of mint teas, because a lot of what she planted was different types of mint. And I'll be honest with you, other than the occasional mint tea or in my drinking days, putting it in a drink and pretending I was fancy, I don't know what to do with it. I'm not overly fond of it in cooking, but it's still a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I don't know either. I wanted some, I think, for that exact reason, like just to make some teas with it. And my aunt was like, "Oh, I got some spearmint growing here. Take some." So I took some and planted it last year, and then this year it just exploded.
I know
like,
that.
Your spearmint.
I know that you can get an extract from it and use it as a pest control.
Yeah, like how do you do that?
Well,
how do you like? There's a way you like an essential oil, right?
Yeah,
you turn it into an essential oil.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways to do it. I'll show you. But I have that industrial cold press machine that we made all our own. Place that I'm no longer associated with, but we make essential oils and shit like that. Made a bunch of parts for it. I think it's from Turkey.
That'll be amazing. I would love to do that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, you can get I think you can make we'd have to ask Stoney, but I think you can do a simple syrup with it too and infused it. But that's getting too fancy for my ass, so I'll chew on it like the hick I am.
Yeah. And then, so speaking of plants, my aunt she gifted me some Hungarian horseradish last year as well. And this thing was like one scraggly little root, and you can't kill horseradish. I've heard that said my entire life, but I was sure this thing was going to die. I've never grown horseradish, and this thing is incredible, man.
Really?
It's incredible.
I am disappointed to find out that you can't kill it, because horseradish should be banned. It's fucking terrible.
Oh man, it's not like a little slice horseradish on top of your steak.
I have never eaten a French dip sandwich and gotten, you know what would have made this better? Fucking horseradish.
You should try it.
No,
especially I have creamy horseradish,
dude. Yeah,
and then your nasals clear out.
I know, and it's like, man, I was having lunch, I love spicy food too.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's like anyhow, we talk too much about food, not enough about growing. We'll fix that one day.
Yeah, we'll get a chef on. That'll fix it. We'll get two on.
I know. Fuck.
Jesus Christ, half the circle episode was those two talking about food. I was like, what the fuck kind of podcast?
It went over my head anyway.
Ours.
Yeah, it's ours. It's the average girl.
Because that's
fuck
how we do, baby.
Well, I'm glad that you're
and then so that pretty much rounds out my shit, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm excited that you're back. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. We got to start diving into some fun topics, like your leaf mold. Whatever fucking happened to it?
It's sitting behind the propane tank. I should probably water that shit.
Hell yeah!
I think you're supposed to, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends on how you
might just have
recently done it. Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, you should. There. We can finally close that chapter. Could you imagine if we actually finished something we started? That'd be crazy.
Holy, I can't believe we've been going long enough that we have a chance to. I appreciate everybody for listening.
Oh, I know.
Giving us an opportunity and a voice to talk and bullshit about our gardens and food and
I can't stress enough how
it's actually going long enough that we're going to talk about leaf mold again. Holy
I know. How cool is that? We appreciate everybody in the community, man. And if you are on the bubble thinking about joining, I cannot recommend it enough. Everybody's super cool, and we can all make fun of howling. Really, who doesn't get off on that?
If you don't, and we can't be friends.
No, I love you guys all. Thank you very much. However, I'm going to cut the sermon this one because it has a lot to do with you, right? So I'm going to do a quick one that I have pre-planned, right? And that is, if you like Johnny said, stick to your being true to yourself, you'll have a much easier time in life. I found it to be the case that whenever I've had issues, it's always when I was trying to be someone that I don't think I could have been. But don't be a dick, mind your own business, and go with Frog.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Amen, brother. Welcome back. Happy birthday. I love you, dude.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See you.
Peace.